Most guys think seduction is about what you say. They think it's about finding the right line, the perfect compliment, or acting a certain way to get her attention fast. They memorize scripts, fake confidence, try to mirror her interests, or talk themselves up thinking that's what will make her want them. But what they don't realize is that all those tricks come from a place of trying to win her over. And that energy is what kills attraction before it even begins. Because when you're trying to win, you're signaling that you believe she's the prize and you're hoping to be picked. It's a subtle but powerful frame that she can feel, even if you think you're hiding it under a smooth line or a flex, about your life. The reality is, seduction has nothing to do with performing or chasing, and everything to do with who you are when you show up. When I asked AI how to seduce women fast, I was expecting shortcuts, but what I got was a mirror. It showed me how attraction isn't about rushing, but about slowing down everything inside yourself first. Self-control, scarcity, silence. Those words hit because they made me realize that the fastest way to make a woman feel something is to be the opposite of every other man she meets. Every man she meets wants her to validate him, to like him, to give him attention, but the man who doesn't need anything from her instantly changes the dynamic. He's not pressed, not rushed, not trying to convince her of anything. He's there calm, observant, at ease, and that energy is magnetic. Because when you aren't chasing, she starts to lean in. When you aren't rushing, she starts to feel curiosity. When you don't need the moment to go anywhere, you control it. Simply because you are in control of yourself first. Asterisk, most guys don't understand tension. They think tension is conflict, arguments, or playing childish games to make her jealous. But the tension that creates attraction is emotional tension, the kind that makes her feel something she can't easily name. It's the difference between a man who is just another nice guy who gives her everything up front and a man who knows how to let moments breathe, who knows how to hold back just enough to create space for her curiosity to grow. This is what most men get wrong. They reveal too much too soon, overshare, talk too much, and try too hard to impress, thinking that if they tell her everything about themselves, she will feel closer. But what actually happens is the opposite. She categorizes him as safe, predictable, familiar, and forgettable. Because mystery is what keeps a woman coming back, and mystery cannot exist when you have already revealed everything. Emotional tension is the feeling she gets when you give her a taste, but not the whole meal. When you give her a compliment, but then move on without lingering for validation. When you ask her a question and genuinely listen, but don't feel the need to fill every silence. It's when you look at her calmly, with unshaken eye contact, as if you've already seen who she is and nothing she says can throw you off. It's in your pause before you speak, the way you take a moment to breathe. Before responding, instead of reacting instantly out of a need to keep her entertained. It's your calmness, your slowness, your presence. The tension is not in forcing her to feel something. It's in allowing her to wonder, to question, to imagine what's going on in your mind. It's in letting her feel the contrast between your masculine stillness and the chaos of the world she lives in every day. Asterisk, she lives in a world that never stops moving. Notifications, pings, messages, guys in her DMs, a constant flood of content. People wanting something from her every minute. Her mind is rarely quiet, her body is rarely still, and her emotions are constantly pulled in different directions. So when you enter her world and you are calm, unhurried, and grounded, you don't just stand out to become a moment of peace she didn't even know she craved. That's what the AI meant when it said, to seduce fast, you must slow down her world. It's not about being slow to the point of laziness. It's about being deliberate, intentional, and present. It's about not reacting like every other man who tries to impress her or rush her into liking him. It's about speaking slowly, holding eye contact without flinching, and letting silence exist without fear of losing her attention. Because that silence, that calm energy, is what makes her lean in. It makes her curious about you, about what you're thinking, about why you're so still when most men can't handle even 2 seconds of quiet. When you pause before you speak, she feels your presence. When you look at her without rushing to fill the space with words, she feels seen in a way that most men are too distracted to provide. You become the interruption to her overstimulated world, and that contrast is hypnotic to her nervous system. It feels like safety and mystery at the same time. And in a world where every man is trying to push things forward, your ability to pull back, to slow down the energy of the moment, is what makes her want things to move faster while you remain composed. That's how you seduce without even trying. By letting her world slow down in your presence. Asterisk. Most guys think seduction is about doing more. More compliments, more attention, more messages, more plans, more effort. They think if they just try hard enough, she will see how much they like her and finally decide to like them back. But that's not how attraction works. Because women don't fall for men who try to prove themselves. They fall for the man whose energy speaks before his words ever do. The AI said, seduction is when your presence speaks louder than your performance. And that hit me, because it's exactly what most men miss. You can take her to the best restaurant, buy her gifts, and say all the right things. But if your energy is needy, if your vibe is restless, she will feel it, and it will kill the attraction, no matter how perfect your actions are. It's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. If you walk into a room and you're grounded, calm, and emotionally self-controlled, you're already ahead of every man who's trying to win her approval. You don't need her to like you, and that alone makes her notice you. Because your detachment is not coldness, it's quiet confidence. It's the energy of a man who knows he is the prize, who is good either way, who is not living for her validation. And that creates curiosity. And curiosity fuels attraction like nothing else. The AI dropped a hard truth that the fastest seduction is the slowest escalation. Most guys rush physicality, rushing to kiss her, to touch her, to make something happen so they can confirm she's interested. But when you pull back, when she expects you to lean in, when you hesitate and let her feel that tension, you become unpredictable. That unpredictability is what flips attraction in her mind and makes you different from everyone else she's ever met. Asterisk silence is something most men fear, but it's one of the strongest tools you can use if you understand how it actually works. In seduction, most guys think they need to keep the conversation going, keep her laughing, keep her entertained, keep proving that they're interesting enough so she doesn't lose interest. But the moment you start performing like that, you lose your edge. Because the man who is comfortable with silence, the man who can let a moment hang without rushing to fill it, is the man who triggers something inside her she can't quite explain. The AI said silence is louder than seduction when used. Right? And it's true, because silence allows tension to grow naturally. When you say something flirtatious and then go quiet, when you tease her and then smile without saying another word, when you let your eyes do the talking while your mouth stays closed, you give her space to feel, to process, to react emotionally. Rather than logically, you give her room to lean in instead of pushing her with words. Because women connect through emotions, not facts. And your stillness in the middle of a charged moment becomes the thing she remembers when she's alone. It makes her wonder why you're so calm, why you're so composed, why you don't seem eager to get her approval. The curiosity is the seed that grows inside her mind, making her replay your silence over and over. The AI also dropped this truth. The man who doesn't need the moment is the one who controls it. When you aren't trying to force an outcome, you allow desire to build naturally. She feels that you could walk away, that you aren't chasing her, and it makes her step toward you. That's when true seduction happens, not in the words you say, but in the way your absence lingers when you're gone, making her want to feel your presence again.